Hello, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Andrew Maxey. I'm an English educator. For the past 6 years of the 30 years I've been teaching, I've been primarily focused on phonetics training and vocabulary acquisition. I teach students from Ukraine, Kiev, Ukraine, all the way to China. But for all my students, I find commonalities for all of them, and I'd like to share those with you if I could. First off, all of my students are dedicated to the learning process. Now, why is that, especially when it comes to English? Well, they recognize that the more they grow in their English communication skills, the more opportunities they have in their companies, as well as in their businesses, growing their clientele, which equates to more money. Secondly, many of my students love to travel and communicate with new people. Well, through connections on social media, if they improve their English, they also improve their personal lives. So basically, students know that if they increase their English, their life satisfaction is going to be better. But while the goals are in common, the challenges are also common. And here are some of them. Many students, through the school institutions that they grew up in, have learned English from a grammar rule-oriented process and theory-based education, and also repetition of certain words. Now, this style of teaching is certainly limited in its ability to teach language. Also, many students have been taught by teachers who are not native English speakers, and therefore the problems and mistakes from the teacher's pronunciation are carried over to the student as well. And this isn't even to mention some of the issues and challenges for certain sounds in English. So for instance, the TH sound is difficult for many learners of English. The confusion of the VW sounds are very common, as well as the L and R sounds in Asian languages. So as you can see, all of these challenges come from the same place. Therefore, AMAX Education, my company, takes a 3-tiered approach to resolving these issues. The first tier is phonetics training. I go back to the phonetics chart. We look at all 44 sounds in the English language. We break them down according to monophthong, diphthong vowel sounds and how they apply to certain words. We also delineate the difference between voiced and non-voiced consonants in English and why that's important in speaking. I also talk about mouth mechanics, the importance of utilizing all the muscles and the transitions or the actual workings of the mouth in order to create these challenging sounds. Now, after the phonetics chart, we go into phonetics exercises that compare and contrast certain sounds so that they're relatable to the language, the native speaker's language, so they can find some commonality. So that's a first tiered approach. Second tiered approach is through vocabulary acquisition. Now, through reading exercises, we talk about words in the context of those exercises and how they relate to other words that are already known in English. Now, you know as well as I do that memorizing words doesn't mean that you're increasing or progressing in your language. Therefore, with those new words that are acquired, the third tier step puts into practice those words through creative writing exercises as well as speaking and conversational exercises. Because if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So the third tier approach basically ties all the other approaches, the phonetics training and vocabulary acquisition, together. I've seen this program be effective for many of my students, and certainly they've made comments, and I can share those comments with you. Now, if you're interested in my approach to teaching English, I'd love to hear from you. You can contact me in my email address at amaxey97@gmail.com. You can also visit my website at amaxeducation.com, which is my website. Now, on my website, I also have links to my YouTube channel, and you can see examples of my teaching style. Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to teaching someone you know or yourself. Please let me help you improve and be more confident in speaking English. Until next time, thank you for your time and attention. Goodbye.